The year is 1969. The world is caught between the optimism of the space race and the disillusionment of a war dragging on overseas. Indiana Jones, now in his late 60s, has officially retired from teaching. His lectures on archaeology have given way to quiet mornings with dusty journals and the occasional request to speak at a university. But peace has never sat easily on his shoulders, and it is shattered when an old ally delivers disturbing news. A fragment of parchment has surfaced in Istanbul, pointing to a legendary relic known as the Veil of Eternity, an artifact said to have once belonged to Alexander the Great's court. Legends claim it has the power to unveil destiny, revealing secrets of mortality and eternal youth. Indy dismisses it at first as another fable, until he learns that ruthless collectors are already mobilizing to claim it, this time backed by a secret cabal of Cold War power brokers eager to control the world's future. Reluctantly, Indy dusts off his fedora and whip. But the journey ahead will not be one he takes alone. Enter Drive. Celine Kane. Angelina Jolie, a brilliant archaeologist in her early 40s with a reputation for daring expeditions and a controversial past. Independent to the core, Celine once clashed with Indy at an academic conference years ago, where she accused him of being reckless and too willing to blur the lines between legend and truth. Yet, when their paths cross in Cairo, they recognize that their expertise, and perhaps their grudging respect for one another, may be the only thing standing between the veil and the shadowy syndicate chasing it. Their uneasy alliance takes them from the sun-baked ruins of Petra to the snow-capped monasteries of the Caucasus. Along the way, the banter between them is sharp, edged with wit and tension. Celine is quicker, sharper, and unburdened by nostalgia. Indy is slower, but his instincts and experience are unmatched. Where he relies on gut feeling, she dissects puzzles with precision. Together, they uncover a trail that suggests the veil was not merely symbolic but once guarded by a sect of philosophers who believed time itself could be glimpsed through it. The villains are formidable, a former Soviet spymaster turned antiquities trafficker and his cadre of mercenaries. They see the veil not as myth but as a weapon, a tool to foresee political collapses, revolutions, even assassinations. Their chase leads to set pieces that remind audiences why Indiana Jones remains cinema's great adventurer. A runaway tram fight through the bazaars of Istanbul, a collapsing canyon bridge in Georgia, and a snowstorm escape aboard a hijacked military train. But it is the quieter moments that give Indiana Jones 6 its soul. Around a campfire in the Caucasus, Indy confesses his weariness, not of danger, but of time slipping past him. I used to believe history belonged in museums, he admits. Now I just want to know if I've spent mine wisely. Celine listens, her eyes betraying both admiration and pity. She challenges him. Maybe history isn't what we put in glass cases. Maybe it's the risks we took when we didn't know the ending. In the film's climax, Indy and Celine reach a subterranean sanctuary hidden beneath Mount Ararat. There, the veil is revealed, not a literal cloth granting immortality, but a polished slab of obsidian that reflects visions of one's possible futures. When Indy peers into it, he sees fleeting images, his past adventures, faces of lost friends, and finally, himself walking away into a sunset. The temptation is overwhelming, but he realizes the true danger is not the vision but the obsession it breeds. With Celine's help, he destroys the chamber before the villains can seize it. The finale mirrors the heart of the series, Indy limping away, battered but victorious, while Celine, ever independent, declines the idea of settling down. You still believe adventure ends with the artifact, she teases. I believe it ends when we stop moving. They part as equals, her silhouette disappearing into the dawn, leaving Indy smiling with something he hasn't felt in years, hope. The film closes with Indy returning to his modest home, where he places his hat on a shelf, not discarded but waiting. A knock on the door hints that another call to adventure may someday come, but for now, the world's greatest archaeologist rests.